ready to wake up and dream? Yes, you heard that right. Dreaming at night is overrated. The real magic happens when you wake up.
This is the Wake Up and Dream podcast with your hosts,
Lisa,
Kelley,
and Sara, 3 women sharing real-life stories of life and business. If you feel unfulfilled, underappreciated, or have lost yourself in the daily grind of life, we get you.
Join us each week as we hear from countless women who are reclaiming their life and happiness. You will feel encouraged, supported, and motivated to reimagine a life of limitless possibilities.
Get ready to create a life that makes you want to jump out of bed and truly live the life that you deserve and love. So, let's get started. Hey, welcome to Wake Up and Dream. I am super excited about this episode because I am back in the studio with the my very own Kelley Armstrong from Wake Up and Dream. So how the heck are you?
Oh my gosh, Lisa, it's so great to be back. I can't believe it's been, I don't even know, weeks and weeks of just change and new beginnings and just embracing what life brings you sometimes. You're not expecting it. For us, it was buying a house and, Jace's new activities and me going back to work outside the home, which I hadn't done in 12 years. As I'm recording this right now, our son just turned 12 today, so it kind of fits the theme of today of just embracing life and who knows where life might lead you. If I was told 5-10 years ago that I'd be back into interior design, I probably would have just giggled and thought they were crazy because I wouldn't think that I'd ever have that opportunity again because it's such a career that just changes basically every month with styles and, all the fun new things. So it's hard to keep up with that when I've been gone from that 15 years. So it's just been a great, exciting summer, Lisa, and it feels so good to be back here on Wake Up and Dream. I'm excited to chat today.
I know, me too. And because Jace turns 12 today, and there's 12 months in a year, and it's been, roughly 12 years since you've been in the workforce, and now you're back full time in, occupation and a career that you're absolutely loving after being a stay-at-home mom for 12 years. So we also just jokingly said, let's try to keep this episode to 12 minutes. So we're gonna try. That's so funny. Okay, so just to segue, we have been doing a summer side gig series where I have kind of taken the horns and interviewed some fabulous people about how a side gig, specifically in direct sales, has helped them wake up and dream, fulfill that occupation, like that purpose, that need for like, what am I here for? Am I doing something that's beneficial and fulfilling? And the interviews have been so fun. I've just been so energized and just inspired by their stories of how just last week I interviewed a team member, and she's not an executive manager yet. She is a supervisor, so she's got a few people. Her business is still quite small in size, and just hearing her talk about how she really went from a full-time career in social work that was burning her out, that was not fulfilling her, that was draining her, to just starting this side gig of, just a little dabble here. But she realized, like, wow, like the positivity, the encouragement, the community, the culture like that you can have that in a job. Some of us do have that, but so many people don't. And so just seeing her come alive and dream about, oh my gosh, I can be my own boss. She started her own business in addition to working with direct sales. And so she's really stepped into creating a life that she loves. And I think as we transition into fall, our audience, there are mamas out there that maybe are sending their kids off to school. And I talked to one mom and she's like, yeah, I'm kind of like, it's not empty nesting, but it is kind of a little bit of empty nesting when you send that baby off to public school and then you're still a stay-at-home mom and you're like, what do I do? Like, is it okay that I'm just taking care of the house and there for the kids when, they're sick or they need something? I'm picking them up, da 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 da. Is that okay? Is there something more you have for me? So thought we just dive into that transition because I think fall can be, in essence, a time to start over, a time to start something new, just a fresh beginning. And yeah, so what's coming up for you?
I love these kind of stories, especially when it comes around to network marketing and those side gigs that I feel like always get kind of the brunt of all the sarcasm and, oh, that doesn't work for me, and oh, that's only for her, and I don't actually have spare time. I My hope, and I know that you've been kind of portraying this in your last several episodes too, it's not necessarily about a product and you selling something specific. It's literally the change and the transformation that you will go through personally, from meeting new people, from stepping out of your comfort zone. I've been with a couple networking marketing companies, and each of them have taught me something. So if you're that mom who is kind of wondering, is there something else? Could I do X, Y, and Z? Should I step out and do this? I feel like that's being put on your heart for a reason. You may not know exactly which direction that is, but I know that some of us kind of sit there and we toy just back and forth. Is this for me? Should I do it? Is it the right time? It's absolutely the right time because you're thinking about it. And because it's still on your heart after weeks later, I say just like rip off the band-aid and jump in with the company, with the team, with the amazing leader like Lisa is, and whatever is drawing you to that, just go for it. Nobody was, no one has gone to college to start a network marketing business. No one knows how to do that. But if you go in with that open heart of, I want to try something new, whether this lasts 3 months or 30 years, I need a change. And I think that's what women specifically need to just like embrace and not live in that fear of the change, but the joy that is going to lead you to something bigger. Because I was talking with Lisa just a few minutes ago before we hit record, and it was, if I hadn't started my network marketing company, oh my gosh, or business, what was that, like 6 years ago, with an activewear company, I wouldn't be here today in the sense of the people I know, this podcast, becoming a certified mindset coach, traveling and making the most amazing friends. And it was all because of that. Because one thing just leads you to the next. It puts you in the next room that you need to be in, that God feels like this is the next step and you need to listen. Like that's the thing. You will waste way more energy, pros and cons, left or right, yes or no, and not sleeping well, being worried and having that anxiety versus, yes, Lisa, I am ready to start that business. how do I start? Where do we begin? Let's do a one-on-one. Let's get rolling because I need a change. And you can worry about the products and the process later, but I feel like now being back into interior design, again, I wouldn't be here because I've done so much transformation and growth that I wouldn't be able to bring the energy and the light into our office on a daily basis. I've had many coworkers tell me that, and it's because of the work I've done. It's because of learning about my Enneagram. It is because I became a life and mindset coach. It is because I've also hired intuition coaches, business and career coaches. I've done all that because I took one little step. One little step.
So just to clarify, so all of those things that you just mentioned, the very first yes and scary step was saying yes to direct sales. Am I hearing you right?
It really was, Lisa, because I was just lonely and, in a sense, bored being a stay-at-home mom when Jace was finally at school all day long. So it was like, what am I going to do? I'm losing my purpose here. How can I, help my family financially and help my emotional state, my spirit, my just vibe all together? How do I step out of my comfort zone because I'm doing this really good? I was like, I'm loving being a mom. I love having a clean house. And of course, I was using my interior design school or skills and, decorating our home. But there was a piece, and God was just saying, hey, over here, I think you need to try this. You're going to learn so many things. You're going to meet amazing people. It's going to teach you things that you're not going to learn just staying where you are. That's not going to help you grow. So come on over here, get out of your comfort zone, try something you never thought you would, and just see where it goes.
Wow. I'm just taking this all in because I think there's a misconception around joining a direct sales company. Like it's all about the products. It's all about making money. It's all about, like making a name for yourself or, and in it, when people look at it from that lens, then it's really easy to go, well, I tried this, you know, and my friend, she tries direct sales and I don't see her making much money. And like, and you can go down those and, I heard this about direct sales and, there's pushiness and it's all about sales and I don't want to be that. But what I'm hearing you say, and this is so true for, I think, those that I've interviewed and those that I connect with in my business, is it's way more than the products. It's not even necessarily like my line is it's way more than skincare. That's one line. But the other one is like God just gave me a product to help me connect and love on people. That's it. Like I it's the vehicle that I'm using to love on people, build them up, encourage them, be that light. And I just happen to have a product that, I'm connecting with you because of it. And and the coolest thing is that that's what my mission was when I started in my business 13 years ago. I just felt like these women that I'm connecting with and helping them to look beautiful and confident because of how they feel about the lady in the mirror that they look at every single day, multiple times a day. That that vehicle, that was my mission. Like I was outwardly wanting to help women feel more confident in their skin so that they show up for their families, for their workplace, for whatever. But what surprised me was that it it was like reciprocal, and it came back to me, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, like this is filling my cup like nothing had no other job, relationship, organization, nothing had ever filled my cup and made me feel so fulfilled and full of purpose and good about what I was doing than direct sales."
I 1000% agree with that because it is like you just start to lose your purpose because you thought at the time, and it is like I loved being a stay-at-home mom. I would not change that for 1 second. But then when they do kind of get a little older, then you kind of like, okay, well, now what am I going to do? Now what am I going to do? And this is the perfect example of the only way to really feel fulfilled is to give back to others and to help others. And that's the piece that you're missing with community. And I think that happened a lot during the pandemic. And the only way to be with people really is either through a Zoom or, you know, talking on the phone or texting. And it, like you said, it didn't become just about selling the product. It was very cool for me to get someone an amazing pair of leggings and they message me saying, I've never felt this good about myself in years. My husband finally noticed my booty today and gave me the biggest compliment. And for me, that was exactly what I was missing, Lisa. And I know that was the same for you. And I didn't do it to get the pat on the back, but I was like, no, wait, this is what can happen by just being myself, jumping out of that comfort zone, sharing a product that I do love that did, make me feel amazing, being honest. Some of the most amazing people, and I still connect with them today, were my customers who I've never met. They live in Oregon, they live in Alabama, they live in California. Like, it's amazing the connections that you begin to make. And then that starts to fill your soul. And then you become this new person because you're growing. Because if you're not growing, you're dying, period. And this is not all there is. So if you're sitting there saying, all I do is fold laundry, all I do is pay the bills, all I do is I just feel like the mom taxi, or I'm just not feeling financially secure right now. Well, then go do something about it. Go try something new and see where it leads you. I'm so grateful. I am so grateful that I did take the leap of faith, and I just thought, oh, well, if I make $10 or 10,000, that's not really my goal. My goal is just fills a piece of me that was missing that I didn't even really know, and I didn't know how it was going to get filled back up, but I just did it. So I know, Lisa, this is kind of what you've been doing the last several weeks, and we are so excited and just so grateful for all your guests that you've had here on Wake Up and Dream. But it feels good to be back. I loved being here with you today. So glad we got to reconnect, but this has been great. And I haven't said this in a long time, but we love our listeners. We're so glad you're here, and we keep encouraging you to wake up and dream.
Thank you so much for joining us. Before you go, do us a favor and follow our podcast.
And if this episode inspired you, be sure to take a screenshot and share it on your social media.
Also, check us out on Instagram at Wake Up and Dream Podcast. Be sure to tune in every Thursday for another episode. Until next time, wake up and dream.